Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. The T22 medium tank is back. It is back in the store, but of course it is back in crates. Now the difference is you can buy these crates for gold. Is it worth it? Of course I'm not going to say yes, or I'm not going to say no, because it all depends. If you get the T22 on only just a couple of crates, then of course it is worth it. Whereas if you have to spend so much amount of gold, and you don't get the tank for 50 odd crates, then of course it is not worth that money. But what I do like about this is it is for gold. Now, Wargaming have only ever sold the T22 once for gold outright, and that was Christmas Day and Boxing Day, where not a lot of people actually was on the game. They decided to sell the T22 for 20k gold. So that for me was a big mistake, but at least it wasn't in store like everything else is, like for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or whatever. It was literally in the store for 2 days, so they would have sold quite a lot in that time, but not half as much as they would if they would have sold it at any other time. So that's the only time that this tank has ever been for sale outright. So other than that, it's always been crates and crates. What I do like about this time, it is for gold, it isn't for money. But what I dislike about it, there is so many crates out there at the minute. You've got the surprise containers, you've got the lucky containers, and now you've got these containers. All of them are involve the T22. So you can get the T22 in 3 different crates, like container bundles. Like, why is there so many containers in the store? I get why Wargaming want to do it. I do understand why Wargaming want to do it, but what is the logic in selling the T22 containers when there are already T22 containers in the store? Somehow it's just stupid. It is stupid. But, you know, at least they are for gold. It would be worse if it was for money. So people do get free gold here and there. They win the gold. They watch adverts. And if you're one of them who managed to build up your gold, then it's up to you, really, if you want to use it to get these containers. Now, what also Wargaming does is the container that you build up your gold that you can win. Now for me it's 16k gold that you just keep winning and it fills up. Now Wargaming usually do this, so you could buy this for £20 or $20 or whatever, and you can then use that gold to buy the T22 containers. So if you do manage to get the T22 within sort of 16k gold, then you're getting the tank for around $20, which is cheap enough for a tier 10 tank. Now, is the tank overpowered? In a way, yes. In a way, no. It depends how you play it. It depends on the enemy. It's a strong tank. It is a very strong tank, and OP in the right hands and in the right positions. Now we're going to see this game here, and this just shows how OP the tank can actually be. So straight up 640 blocked damage. In this tank, I usually bounce more when I don't try to bounce. If I try and get myself in a position, angle myself, I don't usually bounce. I usually bounce when I don't mean to bounce, like when I'm running away from a tank, or when I'm just getting into a position, or just, you know, not even focusing on what kind of position I'm getting in. Those are the times that I usually bounce on the tank. But when I'm actually trying to bounce, then yeah, I don't often bounce. I don't bounce so much. So we're gonna watch this game, and just you could decide for yourself in this game if you think the tank is overpowered. The tank is overpowered, but now there's a lot of people that don't know how to play the tank properly, and there's also a lot of people that know how to deal with the tank. So that just becomes it becomes a little bit easier to deal with. I think for me, the more frustrating thing about the T22 is like the side armor, the bounces that you get from the side and the rear. That's more annoying than sort of the front plate or the DPM or anything like that. The DPM 3500, it's fantastic DPM, just like the other T62A, Object 140s, etc. It does have that high DPM. So here our guy, he's bounced 1200 damage at the moment, 1200 hit points, and he's now got himself up to 3.7 k, and it's now a 3 versus 4. But he is going to rush this M103. Needs to be careful, obviously, from the right side. Brings this guy down to a one shot, and of course with the DPM he is able to get that, not able to get that final shot. So it's now a 3 versus 3. The TVP up there is very low hit points. He is going to manage to get that shot, and that's what I mean, that kind of bounce there. He does hit the front plate, so the angle that he was at, it was oh, yeah, that was always going to bounce, to be honest. But now he's up to 2.2k block damage. He's going to smash out that DPM to get this E100 as low as he can before he reloads, and then he's just going to back up. It's now a 2 versus 2. He can completely out DPM this guy. Now, it is a pike nose tank, of course, so when you are angled to the tank, your front plate becomes very, very weak. So you've kind of got to over angle as such, because that's when your tank becomes very, very troll. He does take out the E100. He's on 6.7k damage. He's managed to pump this damage out so quickly, and it just feels like, how are you on 7k damage? It just doesn't feel like he's done that much damage. But it is now a 1 versus 1. He is up against the M60, which is a good tank, but this one just out DPMs the M60 and it overshadows it. He should be able to easily take the win. So he is now on 8,000 damage, and the M60 is a one shot, and he is going to take him out. So 3,100 block damage, and he ends on 8,300 damage. So that is the T22. If you guys have been after it for so long, this is really the best opportunity you're going to get this tank. If you're waiting for it to come into stores, you'll be waiting a long time. Like I said, just last Christmas was the only time it was for sale for gold. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you soon. Bye bye.